Welcome to the Cosmic Couple.
So we had our first date, and there will be more discussion on further ones, but we're going to take a little sidestep here, and we want to include some commentary on relationship guides or just articles or blogs or what used to be cosmopolitan, like surveys.
Questionnaires.
Okay.
They would have them in even the teeny bop magazines. They would have them.
Okay. Well, I found some in that same vein on a website called yourtango.com. And it has everything from relationships to expert advice to horoscopes to love to
Cool.
all this stuff. Yeah. So let's see here. This one is titled 10 Sweet Signs That Prove Your Love is Strong and Made to Last.
Ooh, it's a catchy title.
Right. Number 1, you can do the things you love together even when they're different. Okay.
That's true. I mean, you're going to have different interests,
Right.
you know. Doesn't mean that you have to have every single thing similar.
What's something that we don't take part in that each other likes, would you say?
I would say video games for me.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like, if you're working on a puzzle and I might just be a couple feet away playing video games, but we're
still hanging out.
Yeah, we're still hanging out, exactly.
We have music on. We're like getting each other snacks and stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. Number 2, you give each other space. That's true.
Yeah, you definitely have to do that for sure.
Number 3, you make decisions together.
For sure.
Yeah.
Have to be a team. I mean, that comes back to communication, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Communication. Yeah. And it's not, it's fine to take the lead on some things, but there are certain decisions like when to have a child or, should we buy a house or a car, big decisions. And then, other ones could be just like, well, I'll just grab a pizza for us to have at home.
Yeah, right. You don't need a confirmation on that one.
Right. Number 4, you experience true joy in the relationship. That seems pretty important.
That seems like the most important thing. Like if you're not getting any joy out of it, then it's probably not the right fit.
Right. All those words like joy, happiness, content, they're all kind of in the same area. But what is the definition of joy? How is it different than happiness?
Joy and happiness? Well, happiness is more of a fleeting thing, maybe, and joy is something that's longer.
Okay. I know of recent, the word happy or are you happy is kind of become a toxic almost statement, meaning like, oh, you always have to be happy, always put on a smile, and that's just not realistic or healthy. But anger should be as fleeting as happiness in a way. So you don't want to remain in a state of anger, and staying in a state of happiness is also, I think, unrealistic.
Yeah. That's why I would say peace. Like you feel peace together,
Yeah. Number 5, you treat each other with kindness. That's important.
Yeah, that's up there.
Yeah. Number 6, your relationship is built on trust.
For sure.
For sure. Yeah. It's got to be a cornerstone.
And you're also like constantly building that,
Yeah.
It's not always a given.
Trust is built.
Yeah.
It's earned. It can be broken, but it can be repaired.
Yes.
And that all comes down to the communication. 7, you engage in productive fights.
I mean, everyone's fighting style is different.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately, it's not about expelling anger.
Mm-hmm.
It's about how do you work through whatever the problem is you're having.
Yeah, it's a good term, productive fight, because even the best couples argue that's natural, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But again, it comes down to when you are in that situation, because you're both humans, you're two separate beings that have chosen to live in close proximity for a very long time.
Yeah.
You're bound to have little fights, and then you're bound to have big explosive ones. And it usually comes down to external factors that have gone unresolved or uncommunicated.
Yeah.
And they just come to a bursting point. Yeah. So we aim for productive. We don't aim to hurt each other or win. It's not a competition.
You don't want to.
And you're not trying to.
There's no winning in fighting.
Yeah. You're not trying to hurt the other person and into submission or anything like that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Number 8. You build each other up.
That's good advice right there. Yeah, you definitely want your partner to know all the positive things that you think about them.
Yep.
And giving them compliments is really important because that's how you build trust.
Exactly.
Too.
Yeah, that intimate bond. Yep, it's all built through there. And there's one person you should be able to have absolute trust and not fear being vulnerable around. It's your partner.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to have a home base where you can be vulnerable.
Put your hair down.
Without judgment. Yeah.
Yep.
Number 9, you have shared future goals.
Yeah, even if it's something as small as like a trip to Door County in 6 months, or if it's we want to move to another part of the world.
Right. And we have moved around a lot and pursued education and jobs and experiences in lots of different areas. And all along, it was vital that we were there for each other in those pursuits.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And to also be a voice of reason when maybe impetuous decisions might have been made, or, the other person needs a sounding board to really work through what is the best decision, because you're maybe more in your emotional mind than in your rational mind.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And number 10.
Dun, dun, dun.
You both have mutual love and attraction.
Very much so. Right.
Right. Yes. Mutual love.
They did pretty good on this list.
I think they did too. Yeah.
These are pretty important. The questionnaires from the past were more goofy than this. So
yeah,
this is pretty good. These are
pretty good. I'll have to find maybe some from like old Cosmo.
Retro one.
Yeah. And it's interesting because, if you were to go back even further than the 80s, like there has been relationship guides forever.
Yes.
And, so ones from the 50s, they're more likely going to be like, make sure that the house is clean and dinner is ready when your husband comes home, and greet him with a smile and a drink, so you can relax,
And his slippers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will have to find some of those.
But this definitely feels more like it's talking about the relationship and the quality of the relationship.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, this was fun. We'll have to do more of these.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Again, subscribe, follow, hit that notification, whatever it is on whatever platform you like to listen to podcasts. We appreciate your listening in.
Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
Bye. You like to bring up Cosmo. That's hilarious.
Business.